Anthony Joshua's rise from a troubled youth to a world heavyweight champion is a story of resilience and determination. With a remarkable boxing career that includes multiple world titles and an Olympic gold medal, Joshua's journey reflects his Nigerian heritage, athletic prowess, and commitment to personal growth. Grab a mug of soft drink, popcorns, sit back, and let us explore his journey. Anthony Oluwafemi Olaseni Joshua was born on October 15, 1989 in Watford, Hertfordshire, the son of Yeta and Robert Joshua. His mother is Nigerian, while his father is of Nigerian and Irish ancestry. Joshua's Nigerian background can be specifically traced back to the Yoruba people, amongst whom he is of aristocratic rank. His cousin, Ileyemi, is also a professional boxer. The pair made their professional debuts together in 2013. Joshua spent some of his early years in Nigeria as a boarding school student at Mayflower School in Ikenne. Following his parents' divorce when he was 12, he returned to the UK halfway through year 7 to join Kings Langley Secondary School. Growing up on the Meriden Estate in Garston, Hertfordshire, he was called Femi by his friends and former teachers due to his middle name, Oluwafemi. He excelled at football and athletics and broke his school's Year 9 100m record with a time of 11.6 seconds. He is a British professional boxer. He is a two-time former unified world heavyweight champion, having held the World Boxing Association, WBA, Superversion, International Boxing Federation, IBF, and World Boxing Organization, WBO, titles twice between 2016 and 2021. He also held the International Boxing Organization, IBO, title twice during that reign. At regional level, he held the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles from 2015 to 2016. As an amateur, Joshua represented England at the 2011 World Championships in the super heavyweight division, winning a silver medal. He also represented Great Britain at the 2012 Olympics, winning gold. In 2014, a year after turning professional, he was named Prospect of the Year by The Ring magazine. In 2017, his victorious fight against Vladimir Klitschko was named Fight of the Year by The Ring and the Boxing Writers Association of America. Joshua is the second English boxer, after James DeGale, to win both a gold medal at the Olympics and a world title by a major professional sanctioning body, as well as the first English heavyweight to do so. Anthony Joshua stands tall at 6 feet 6 inches, 198 centimeters, with an 82-inch reach. Anthony Joshua boasts an estimated net worth of about $80 million. Joshua has expressed an interest in chess as well as reading as a way to reinforce his boxing and tactical abilities. He was a bricklayer before taking up boxing full-time. In 2009, Joshua was put on remand in Reading prison for what he describes as fighting and other crazy stuff. He was made to wear an electronic tag on his ankle when released. In March 2011, Joshua was pulled over by the police for speeding in Colindale, North London. He was found with 8 ounces, 226.8 grams, of herbal cannabis hidden in a sports bag in his Mercedes-Benz. He was charged with possession with intent to supply a Class B drug, an offense that carries a maximum 14-year sentence. Joshua was suspended from the GB boxing squad and was sentenced to a 12-month community order and 100 hours unpaid work after pleading guilty at Crown Court. Joshua previously stated in 2012 that he does not support a football team, but when asked in an interview in 2017, he said that although he supports his local team Watford FC, his overall favorite team was Real Madrid CF because of Cristiano Ronaldo, as Ronaldo was a Real Madrid player at the time. In the same interview, he also described English footballer Troy Deeney, who he met by chance at a local barbershop in his hometown Watford, as his good friend. In an interview with IFL TV in July 2014, Joshua named Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, and Evander Holyfield as his top 5 greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. Joshua fathered a son named Joseph, JJ Joshua, with dance teacher Nicole Osborne in 2015. In 2020, Joshua spoke about his positive relationship with his longtime promoter Eddie Hearn, who has promoted him since his professional debut in 2013, saying that he and Eddie will always have a great friendship. In 2023, Joshua joined the investment group of the Alpine racing team of Formula One. On July 11, 2013, it was confirmed that Joshua had turned professional under the Matchroom Sport promotional banner. Joshua made his professional debut on October 5, 2013 at the O2 Arena in London in the main event of a card featuring Scott Quigg's successful WBA super bantamweight title defense against Yoandris Salinas, beating Italian Emanuele Leo by a technical knockout, TKO, in the first round. Joshua's second fight was against English heavyweight Paul Butlin at the Motorpoint Arena in Sheffield on October 26, 2013. The bout was stopped in the second round when the referee decided Butlin was taking too much punishment and declared Joshua the winner by TKO. Joshua's third fight was on the Prizefighter Series card against Croatian Hrvoje Kizisek on November 14, 2013. Joshua got a TKO victory in the second round, achieving his third knockout KO victory in a row. On July 16, 2015, it was announced that Joshua would fight undefeated Scottish boxer Gary Cornish, 21-0, 12 KOs, for the vacant Commonwealth heavyweight title at the O2 Arena, London, on September 12. At the time of the fight, Cornish was the IBO Intercontinental Champion. Joshua won the vacant title by stopping Cornish at just 90 seconds in the first round. Cornish was knocked down twice before the fight was officially stopped. In the post-fight, Joshua said, "Gary had a solid jab, so I had to make sure I didn't take any of those shots. He was throwing a large jab, and I tried to slip it. I managed to land the right hand, and it was a perfect connection, and he went down." In February 2016, it was announced that Joshua would face IBF heavyweight champion Charles Martin, 23-0-1, 21 KOs, on April 9, 2016 at the O2 Arena. Martin was making the first defense of the belt that he won after defeating Vyacheslav Glazkov for the vacant title in January 2016. Joshua set the pace in the first round and kept the southpaw Martin at bay before sending him to the canvas with a straight right hand in the second round. Martin got to his feet, only to be knocked down for a second time by a similar punch just moments later. This time Martin failed to beat the count after taking too long to get up, and the referee waved the fight off, with Joshua winning his first world title. On November 2, 2016, the WBA agreed to sanction a unification bout between Joshua and Klitschko for the vacant WBA Super title, previously held by Tyson Fury. The WBA agreement was, if Joshua retained his belt against Eric Molina, the fight would take place on April 29, 2017, at Wembley Stadium in London. A rematch took place on December 7, 2019 at the purpose-built Diriyah Arena in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia. At the weigh-in, Joshua came in at 237 pounds, 107 kilograms, nearly 10 pounds, 4.5 kilograms, lighter than in the pair's first match. By contrast, Ruiz weighed in at 284 pounds, 129 kilograms, 16 pounds, 7.5 kilograms, heavier than before. On the night, Joshua boxed a disciplined fight, keeping Ruiz at a distance with his jab and using lateral movement to avoid trading punches up close as he had in their first encounter. He started off well, landing a sharp right hand in the first round that cut Ruiz to the side of his left eye. Joshua continued to box economically and land the more meaningful punches. Ruiz had some success when he tagged Joshua to the head and body at the end of the fourth round, but Joshua remained firmly in control of the action. He won via unanimous decision to reclaim the unified heavyweight titles with scores of 118-110 on two judges' scorecards and 119-109 on the others. In his post-fight interview, a jubilant Joshua declared, "Man, the first time was so nice. I had to do it twice. Stay hungry, stay humble. I'm humble in defeat and will stay humble in victory." Ruiz showed his opponent respect, saying Anthony Joshua did a hell of a job. On September 29, 2021, 4 days after Alexander Usyk defeated Joshua to become unified world heavyweight champion, it was announced by his promoter Alexander Krasiuk that a one-sided rematch clause which had been specified in the fight contract had already been activated in principle from the side of Joshua. Krasiuk noted that Usyk relished the prospect of squaring off against Joshua twice. "So I remember when we discussed with Alexander the issue of rematch, he was delighted and said, 'Wow, cool. I will beat Intoka, sick pice.'" Regarding the venue of the rematch, Usyk made it known that he hoped it would take place in his native country of Ukraine, saying, "I would love to have the rematch at Olympiyskiy Stadium in Kiev." However, Joshua's promoter, Eddie Hearn, stated that Ukraine was a very unlikely venue, as he wanted to maximize income. "I think it will be international or the UK. I would think it would be in the UK." On June 19, 2022, it was officially announced that Usyk would be facing Joshua in a rematch in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on August 20th. The fight would mark the first defense of Usyk's world heavyweight titles, while it was Joshua's 12th consecutive world heavyweight title fight as he attempted to become a three-time world heavyweight champion. Joshua faced former UFC heavyweight champion and newly ranked number 10 in the WBC Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia on March 8, 2024. He knocked down Ngannou in the first round and won by second-round knockout. On June 26, 2024, IBF interim heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois was elevated to full IBF champion after the title was vacated by their mutual former opponent, Alexander Usyk. On the same day, it was announced that Joshua would be challenging Dubois for the title on September 21, 2024 at Wembley Stadium in London, in what would be Joshua's 13th world title fight. Anthony Joshua, the renowned British heavyweight boxer, has a diverse real estate portfolio. Let's explore his residences. Joshua's North London flat features 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, emphasizing simplicity. He believes in the power of minimalism, even as a world heavyweight champion. Joshua spent time staying at this luxurious mansion in northwest London. The villa boasts 7 bedrooms, a wine cellar, and a home cinema, a true champion's abode. Joshua has a heart for others. He gifted a $175,000 property to his mother, where they live together. Additionally, he provided a $500,000 penthouse for his ex-girlfriend. In summary, Anthony Joshua's real estate ventures reflect both his personal taste and his commitment to supporting loved ones. That's it for today's content. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe.